Good morning, Baba Bees, and welcome back to Mindful Monday Practice. So we're going to do a little continuation of what we did last week, and we're also going to talk about the why behind yoga. Why do we do yoga? And what does that have to do with being mindful? We're going to come back to just like we started last time. So remember, a yoga class includes three things. We've got our easy breath, our seated breath work. We've got some yoga poses where we incorporate the breath with the movement. And then we've got a relaxation at the end where we come back to that easy breath. So find a comfortable seat. You'll notice that I'm sitting on a cushion. I have a tight hamstrings from running, so I like to lift my hips up whenever I'm seated. You might want to try it, see if putting a pillow underneath is a little more comfortable for you. So cross your legs. Make sure you feel nice and rooted into the ground. Lift up in the spine, shoulders down and back. Rest your palms on your thighs. And then have an easy gaze forward or just close your eyes. We're going to come back to that breath. So with our breath, we're looking for both elongating the breath and having a balanced breath. So we want to have a long inhale that is the same length as our long exhale, okay? So to do that, I'm going to count the breaths. So I want you to exhale all the air out of your lungs. So you're going to go, good. And now we're going to inhale. So inhale. Fill up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good job. All right, so now just notice how you feel. You might feel even a little calmer just after those 4 breaths. Now we're going to talk about the why behind yoga because I think it's so important to know why we do this. So I've got 3 blocks here. And with these blocks, this first one is going to represent our mind. So I'm going to place the mind right here on my right. The second one is going to be my body. Okay, so I've got my body here on the left. Then I'm going to take this last block and I'm going to place it in front. That's my yoga. So hopefully you guys can see that. Let me move back just a little bit so that you guys can see. So I've got the 3 blocks here. I want you to think about a morning. Maybe this is a morning you've had before. I know that I've had this kind of morning before. Where you wake up, you come down to have breakfast, and you notice all the cereal bowls are in the dishwasher and they're dirty. So you're like, oh, I don't feel like washing those dishes. So you go to make a piece of toast, and you notice you guys are out of bread. And then you decide, oh, fine, I'm in a hurry, I'm just gonna have a banana. And you're not super happy about just having that banana. And then you're looking at your clock, you're like, oh gosh, I have my class connect starting in a couple of minutes, let me go turn my computer on. So you go to your study or your work area, and you go to turn your computer on, and you notice that it's dead. You forgot to charge it last night. So you're racing around the house, you can't find your charger anywhere, and now things are starting to build. You're feeling your body start to get really stressed out and really tense. And then you find your charger, so you race down to the computer, you plug it in, and then you notice, oh my gosh, where are my headphones? My sister stole my headphones yesterday. She used them. I don't know where she put them. And then you're racing around the house looking for your headphones. And you finally find your headphones. You've got your computer plugged in, and you log into your Class Connect. And boy, you get into this Class Connect. You're a couple minutes late, and you are feeling stressed. All you do is you're thinking about, oh, I'm still a little bit hungry. That was a terrible breakfast. I'm late. I was disorganized with my computer. You're really putting yourself down. I couldn't find my headphones. I just wasn't ready, and you're starting to spiral in your mind, right? So in your mind, your thoughts are really chaotic. You're feeling really scattered. In your body, you're feeling tense. You might be sweating. Your breath might be short. Right? So when we're stressed, our breath is not long and balanced. It's really short and erratic. And that's where the yoga can come in. Okay, so when we practice yoga, when we don't have these feelings, we know what to do when we are having those stressed, intense feelings, okay? So here's our yoga. So we're in class, and one of the teachers is talking, and you realize, gosh, I'm really out of it right now. And what do? You take a deep breath. You sit up nice and tall. You breathe in. You breathe out. Maybe you take some stretches. You come to your yoga poses. You inhale. You sweep those arms up. You interlace your fingers. You stretch. And then maybe you take your twist and you reach over to the right. And you're breathing slow and steady. Inhaling. Exhaling. You move to the other side, because remember, whatever we do on one side, we do on the other. So inhale, exhale, and all of a sudden, we are able to focus and come back to center. So we've got our mind, we've got our body, and with the yoga, we were able to come back and bring health and come back and bring calm to both of those things. So remember, yoga is not just about building a physical body. Yoga is about connecting the mind and the body. And when we feel good about ourselves, we can do well for others, okay? So yoga helps us physically, it helps us mentally, emotionally, and socially. But we have to practice it when we don't need it, so that when we need it, we can bring those things out, okay? All right, so let's get started. Let's come into those poses. So we're gonna start just like we did last week. I'm gonna do a very similar practice. I'm not gonna explain as much, but you'll get the gist of it just by watching me. So I want you to come to child's pose. So spread your knees, bring your toes to touch, sit your seat back towards your heels, and reach your arms forward. Your forehead comes down onto the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Slow breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Then we come up to all fours. Our hands are underneath our shoulders. Our knees are underneath our hips. And we take a few cat-cow poses. So I want you to inhale, drop the belly, lift the seat, lift the chin. Good, and then exhale, press the floor away, dome the spine like an angry cat, and let the head go. Inhale, back through cow pose. Exhale through cat pose. And then inhale back to your nice long spine and tuck your toes. From here, we're going into downward facing dog. So I lift my hips up nice and high. Remember, I like a soft bend in my knees. My hands are spread and I'm gripping the mat, and then I use my arms to strongly press the mat away. And I let my head rest in between my arms. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, you're going to walk your feet all the way up to the back of your arms. So my feet are right behind my hands. I'm going to grab opposite elbows. Remember, I have a soft bend in my knees coming into ragdoll pose. We don't want to straighten our legs and have a rounded back. We want to bend our knees and hang heavy with the upper body, grabbing opposite elbows and just swaying side to side as we breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Now press down through your feet and slowly rise all the way up as we come into mountain pose. My feet are hip distance apart. I'm really pressing down into the earth. I'm nice and strong in my legs. My belly's lifted. My shoulders are down. My palms facing forward. Mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And now I'm going to take my feet and spread them wider. My arms are going to come up just like a star. So I've got the 5 points of a star. And I've got my feet pressing, my arms reaching. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Breath out. Now take your right toes, point them to the right, take your left heel, dial it back, bend into your right knee. Take your gaze over your right fingers for warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten the right knee, come back to star pose. Take the left toes left, right heel back, bend into the left knee, coming into warrior 2 on the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten that knee. Exhale, back to star pose. Bend into the right knee, come back up, and release to mountain pose. Today we're going to take tree pose. So I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to bring it right to the right calf. My right knee is pressing out. I bring my hands to heart center to find my balance. Notice a space on maybe the wall in front of you that you can use to stare at for balance, and breathe. If this is too much, you can just kickstand the toes. Inhale. Exhale. Release the right foot. Come to tree pose on the other side. So press firmly with the right foot. Bring the left foot to the calf or the inner thigh. Hands to heart center. Steady your gaze. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Release the left foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up nice and tall. And then bend the knees, soft bend of the knees, and roll all the way down. So we're going to come back to a seat here. I want you to take your legs out in front of you, and I like to have a soft bend in my knees. Sit up nice and tall in the spine. Inhale as you sweep the arms up. Exhale as we reach towards our feet for a seated forward fold. You can let your head go if that feels good. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Then reach past your toes, roll all the way up, and come back to your seat. Cross the legs. We end with a twist. So sweep the arms up, inhale. On the exhale, twist over towards the right. Take your left hand to your right thigh, press into it, lift up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Hand goes on the right thigh, or on the left thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale. Come back through center. Close your eyes and come back to the easy breath. So deep relaxation. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed your practice.